This question belongs to programming subject and was asked in GATE CSE 2014 set 2. So the question states, suppose n and p are unsigned integer variables in a C program. We wish to set p to nc3. If n is large, which one of the following statement is most likely to set p correctly? So we need to set p to nc3. Now what is nc3? It is n factorial by n minus 3 factorial into 3 factorial. So it computes to n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial into 3 into 2. So its value is n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 by 6. We need to compute this. But we need to make sure that we are in the range of integers. See this. So what is multiply and divide? They are left to right associative and they have the same precedence. So we will compute from left to right. We will multiply n by n minus 1 then by n minus 2. As these are three multiplications and n is large, it is given, and we have n and p is only unsigned integer variable. So this might cause an overflow. And similarly, the D option might cause an overflow. Now let us see option C. Here we have n into n minus 1 divided by 3 into n minus 2 divided by 2. So first what we will do, we will perform n into n minus 1, perfect, divide by 3. There is no guarantee, see, there is a guarantee that if this value is integer, then it will be divisible by both 2 and 3. But there is no guarantee that n into n minus 1 will be divisible by 3. It might be possible that this will give a fractional value and it will be rounded off. And we will get the wrong result when it is multiplied by n minus 2 by 2. So option C is also false. Let us see option B. Here we have n into n minus 1 by 2 into n minus 2 by 3. So first we will do n into n minus 1. Now see, if n is odd, then n minus 1 is even, and if n is even, then n minus 1 is odd. So it will be always divisible by 2 because there will be always an even number and it will be divisible by 2. Thus this term will be an integer. It won't cause any loss of the value due to fractionals. Now it will be multiplied by n minus 2. It will also give an integer. Now divisible by 3. See, if n minus 1, n minus 2, n into n minus 1 into n minus 2, it divisible by both 3 and 2, which means it is divisible by 3. Then this term n into n minus 1 by 2 multiplied with n minus 2 will also be divisible by 3. So this term will be divisible by 3 and it will give an integer value if this term is giving an integer value. So correct answer is option B.